Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that preach forth the truth to the nation of Israel in faith and sincerity, okay? Just want to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Bahashem, Bahashem means in the name. Yah means he exists. Yah means he. Hawa means he exists or he to be. Yahweh Shai means he. Yahweh Shai means he saves or he delivers. This kind of Yah coming to you with a break, with a video, and I just want to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh Shai for giving me the liberty to do a video. This is my first video, and I hope it's edifying. And the passage of scripture I'm going to bring out today is going to be Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13. And one of the brothers, I was listening to it the other day, and it was talking about do not defraud thy neighbor. Okay, let's get into it. Okay. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13, it says, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until morning. Okay. Righteousness dealing among Israel, okay, equals no oppression, no deception, and no exploitation, not exploiting anyone or taking advantage of him. Just like the brother was just talking about the other day, that he started a job on the 5th, and he was like, here it is 3 weeks later, and he has not been paid yet. And you can tell in the brother's voice that this brother was 38 hot. He was pissed the fuck off, real talk. You can tell in his voice. He was, he was just talking about, hey, they got family. He got to take care of take care of his household and everything. And they want, like he was saying, they want you to be on time and everything. But when it comes down to paying you, they want to shit on you. But, so he brought it up to his supervisor, and he's like, hey, run me my bread, in other words, he's telling them they ain't gave him his money yet, and they looking at him like he crazy and everything. But these people are not right, Righteousness dealings among Israel. And he said, no oppression, we are being oppressed, no deception, we are being deceived, and no exploitation, and we are, the nation of Israel is definitely being exploited to a T to this day, So, okay, let's look up the word to defraud, to deceive, cheat, or without what is rightfully owed, okay? This brother, like he said, he worked 3 weeks putting his time into the hole, and yeah, he had every right to be upset. He wanted his money, and shorting, and we're being oppressed on every side, shorting wages, manipulating agreements, taking advantage of another's vulnerability. And Jake, when Jake go to work, Jake gonna go in, pretty much and put in work. He gonna do his job. Okay, neighbor, fellow Israelites, and by extension, anyone you deal with. So we used to always think that when you talk about your neighbor is not this fruit fly over here. Okay, that's not what it's talking about. A neighbor is referring to those who do the will of Yahweh Shai in truth, faith, and sincerity. That's what a neighbor is. So it says, do not, especially amongst Israel, you're not to do that amongst your brethren. Okay. And let me see. Let's go down. Okay, robbing. Neither rob him. Okay, by taking by force. Okay, defrauding, taking by deceit. Both are condemned equally. Okay, the wages. Okay, the wages. I got some precepts. I'm going to bring them in a minute. Okay, give me a minute. The wages of him that is hired refers to day laborers who depend on daily pay to survive, without holding wages, endangers the food, shelter, and it says endanger. So when you defraud, and when you depend, the day laborers depend on their money daily. And like I said, you're really supposed to be paid before the end of the day anyway. So these are all wicked characteristics of Esau anyway, okay? Refers to days laborers who depend on daily pay to survive without holding wages endangered, okay? Food, shelter, and family welfare, okay? It says, shall not abide with thee all night until morning. Wages were to be paid promptly the same day. Delayed payment equals oppression, okay? So it shows the Most High God, Yahweh Shemai Shai, values timelessness and fairness, not just intentions. Okay, now I have a few precepts that I'm going to bring out, and I hope it's edifying. And Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 14 and 15, he said, pay the hired servant daily before the sun goes down. Yes, like I just said earlier, and back in the laws, it was the right thing to do, was to pay whoever that you had working for you. You used to pay them before the sun go down. So Esau is not going to do that. He's going to have you work 1 week, definitely going to put 1 week in a hole, and then if there were policies, he may have you have 2 weeks. But this brother said he ain't been paid in 3 weeks. So yeah, he was like I said, he was pissed off. Okay, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 27. It says, withhold not good from them to whom it is due. So yeah, when you work for these people, you want to be paid. I know I've been in between jobs before, and I ain't gonna lie, most time I don't even want to deal with people gonna pay me in 2 weeks. If I can't get paid next week, I want to cancel the application and look for another one. So with a 1 week, I can deal with 1 week. I mean, still, I shouldn't have to do that, but I have to. But 2 weeks, that's hard to do, to go from 1 week, you got to wait. And then the next week, you got to wait until to the end of that week to get your money, Okay, Jeremiah 22, verse 13. Woe to him that useth his neighbor's servant without wages. Okay, woe to him that uses his neighbor's services without wages. That's why it's talking about, hey, when you got somebody that's doing work for you, woe to you that uses him and take advantage of him. And sometimes, like my brother was talking about too, he said, what if he died? Is my family gonna get this money this money and time that I have put into this company? He said, most likely not. So Esau and these people, these 2/3 people, and these heathens, they are not going to do right by anything. They're gonna always be trying to undermine you and cut you, especially you being of the 12 tribes. These people are they just cutthroat people. And like I said, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. These people don't know to do right, and they're not going to do right. Okay. And I hope this is edifying, okay, spirit, okay. Defrauding is a moral sin, okay, not just a financial issue. It reveals the lack of fear of Yahweh, disregard for another man's livelihood, and the Most High God watches dealings just as closely as temples worship, okay. Most High God watches business dealings just as closely as temple worship. And yeah, so when, it's just like talking about too, when you come to serve the Lord, not that, but the Most High God watches business dealings. Yeah, so how you conduct yourself, he sees this stuff, how we do people. So when we trying to do things, undermine people, he is not happy and he's not pleased with it. Okay, for us to be to do what we're supposed to do and do right by people. Okay, righteousness includes how you pay people. Delayed wages are a form of oppression. He said you cannot serve Yahweh while exploiting your neighbor. Okay, yes, you cannot serve Yahweh shitting on your neighbor, bro. You can't do that, okay? The Lord defends the poor and the laborers. Yeah, so the brother that was, all of us that's doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai in true faith and sincerity. He just said the Lord defends the poor. And who are the poor? The poor are the 12 tribes of Israel, that those who do the will of Yahweh Shema Shai in true faith and sincerity. The hidden financial sins still cry out of heaven. Yes, the hidden financial sins, this Esau and these heathen, they got a lot to pay for it. And just, hidden financial sins cry out to heaven. So the Most High God, he hears the cries of those who cry out before him, that's being oppressed on every side and daily, Yeah, listen, to defraud a man is to oppress him. And the Most High God takes that personally. Yeah. He is going to revenge and pay back these people that do wrong to his remnant, or another word, the elect. Now, I just want to give all praises and honor and glory. This is just something, condensed, And I just want to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I hope this was edifying. This is my first video, and I hope that it was exhorting to the point. And I hope I break down everything properly, and I hope I made sense of it. And I just give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that preach forth the truth to the nation of Israel in faith and sincerity. Bahashem, Rakakodash, pray Most High God, Yahweh Shai, the water, Karam, Yasharala, and Abba.